Manga-Waido.
My name is Maria Sakagami. I'm 39 years old. I have a child who's in kindergarten. My husband had to relocate because of his job, so we moved into company housing. Despite my worries, the other moms in the housing were all friendly. We all spent time together by talking in the park and sometimes having tea. But recently, I've been troubled by my husband's boss's wife keeping tabs on me. Her name is Shimada-san, and her husband is head of the department. By the way, my husband is the section manager. Shimada-san seems to think that a wife's status is dependent on her husband's occupation, so she looks down on me.
Maria-san, could you watch my little Seiya for me? We're going to have lunch at a restaurant in front of the station. Since we want to enjoy our time, I'll leave Seiya in your care.
I'm sorry, but I have to go to work.
What? You're a stay-at-home mom. What do you mean, work?
Actually, I work from home. I have a meeting this afternoon online, so I can't watch Seiya.
I see. What a trivial side job. Maria-san, isn't your husband the section manager? Even though he's a section manager, you both have to work?
No, that's...
My husband's the head of the department, so I never had to struggle like that. Sorry, I don't understand the life of the poor. Oh,
Of course this irritated me, but caring about what she said is just a waste of time. I told her that it was impossible, and I went on without watching her kid. But it seems like this was not a great way to handle it, so Shimada-san and the other wives like her started glaring me down.
We're going shopping, so can you get your car?
Sorry, but I don't feel well.
Well. So you're turning me down? So you don't care what happens to your husband at work, huh? I didn't want to bring your husband into this, but if you keep talking like that, your husband will never get a promotion. Having a stupid wife like you. I pity your husband.
And another day.
Hey, Maria-san, could you open up?
Do you have business with me?
Here, this is the sports festival DVD from before.
Your kid's in it too, so let us watch it here. Huh? My house? This is a bit too sudden.
What? Are you so poor that you don't have a DVD player?
No, that's not the problem. It's just now I'm busy. On top of that, don't our kids go to different schools? Is my child really in the video?
He popped up on the edge of the screen for a sec.
Anyhow, I can't. Please leave. I kicked them out, but that only brought the wrath of Shimada-san and her groupies. In the next few weeks, my kids started getting bullied by Shimada-san's kids and his friends.
Mama, Seiya-kun was chasing me and saying, "You sure are cocky for a section manager." It was scary.
She even forces her husband's status on the children? I was so beside myself that I went and had a talk with the kindergarten teacher and asked her to keep an eye on Shimada-san's kid. I wonder if the teacher said anything to Shimada-san too. When I went to pick up my kid, Shimada-san and her lackeys were glaring at me like crazy. After that, the pettiness continued, but the troubles between our children stopped, so I said to heck with it and did my best to just ignore them. At that time, we held a barbecue event in the plaza in front of the housing. It's tradition every year that the wives do prep and gather the superiors, chairmen, and even alumni to this grand event. My husband said he'll leave it up to me and the other moms I'm friends with, said let's have fun together, so I'm feeling quite eager. But another incident happened. Shimada-san told me that it's natural that subordinates listen to their bosses and that I should prep everything. She tried to force the shopping, cooking, everything on me.
If you don't prep properly, the higher-ups will feel dissatisfied, you know. That happens, your husband can forget about a promotion. He would probably be demoted instead.
Shimada-san smiled at me while hanging over the shopping list. I was angry, but the moms I'm friends with said, "Let's go together. Shopping is fun." That was that, so I somehow pulled myself together and helped with prep. The day of the barbecue arrived. Almost everyone from the company housing showed up, so it was very lively. The kids looked like they were having fun running around. The prep was tough, but I'm glad we worked hard for it. I was having fun grilling the meat, but...
Hold it! The senior vice pres said we had to have sake. Why didn't you buy any?
Huh? It wasn't on the shopping list, so...
Understanding your boss's favorite food is a wife's job. For you to not be able to do something so simple, your husband will never get a promotion. How pitiful.
She started making fun of me in a loud voice, so everyone looked in our direction. Now would be a good time. So I said, with this in my chest, I did as you said and bought everything that was on the list. If you think sake is needed, why don't you go buy it yourself? Saying all this now is only causing trouble on my part.
Wow, I'm the department head's wife. You're just the wife of the section manager. Do you think someone like you can say things like that to me?
Sure, my husband is lower ranking than yours, but my father is higher ranking than your husband. If position determines superiority, shouldn't you be obeying me?
Huh? I know nothing about your father. You're suddenly saying such strange things. You sure you didn't hit your head?
Shimada-san and her crew laughed scornfully at me. Then, a white-haired gentleman appeared.
Ah, Mr. Chairman, it's been a while since I last saw you. Thank you for always taking care of my husband.
Hi, Dad.
What did you say, Dad?
That's right. The man who Shimada-san is kissing up to is the company chairman and my dad. My dad is the founder of the company. Since I got married, I took my husband's last name so no one realized, but my maiden name is the same as my dad's, which, of course, is the same as the company's.
I always hear a lot about you guys from my daughter. Seems like you're taking great care of her.
Hearing my father say this in a calm tone, Shimada-san and the moms who picked on me went pale and started shaking.
I didn't want to get tangled up in your squabbles, but it seems like you've gotten my grandson involved along with other things.
No. That wasn't my intentions.
That's enough. Let's not bring it up again. There's no point in trying to win me over. I'm just a figurehead of a chairman. I plan to leave the future management of the company and its employees to my daughter.
Huh? What do you mean?
My daughter has learned business management overseas, started her own business, and has been operating it for several years. Of course, me and the bosses have put her skills to use. First, she will come in as the president's assistant, and then next term we plan to have her as a board member.
Yup, just as my dad said. Some odd years ago, I went abroad and started my own business. I came back to Japan since I got married, but I've continued doing work online, doing consulting, and giving advice. This is why I turned down watching Shimada-san's kid. I learned a lot with the corporate culture by living in the company housing. Making a company that rewards performance regardless of how long you've worked for seems to be the best move.
You're joking! You're higher ranking than your husband?
Yes, from now on, you could be demoted or have a pay cut based on your performance, so I'm working hard to keep everyone on their toes. My father urged me to say hello to others. Shimada-san got weak in the knees and fell to the ground. After that, Shimada-san and her gang stopped bothering me. Or should I say, she hasn't really had the time to.
Starting a fight with the founder's daughter! On top of that, she's next in line for a spot as a board member? What in the world were you thinking?
I told you I didn't know. What the heck? You claim to be the head of the department, but you're doing a lousy job.
What did you say?
Take over that woman's position.
After that incident, Shimada-san turned her bullying from me to her husband, and a couple's quarrel broke out. In the end, they ended up living separately due to the fighting. I stopped seeing Shimada-san altogether. Well, now, things have calmed down at work, and I don't have time to be involved with the squabbles of the company housewives. It's my mission to reform our company quickly, day by day.